I'm Luke Mishu, and with me is Ethan Crook, and welcome back to the Irish Media Network.
Thank you, Luke. It's a wonderful time of the year, so we'll be covering March Madness, Easter, and other things like golf, so stay tuned after the short break.
Welcome to Knoxville, Tennessee, home of the Fighting Irish.
You are looking live from Knoxville, Tennessee, and welcome to the Irish Media Network.
Hi there, welcome to The First Down, brought to you by the Irish Media Network.
This year's #1 seeds are certainly going to shake up the tournament, as expected always in March. The top overall team this year is UConn, with Houston, Purdue, and UNC following close behind. Ethan, what do you think about those 1 seeds?
I like the 1 seeds this year. I actually picked an all 1 seed Final Four. Now it's kind of boring, but I like them this year.
I agree with that. I think we could have put Tennessee. They could have put Tennessee at a 1 seed. I think they're pretty deserving, but I think they had some rough losses over the season. UConn is also led by unstoppable guard Tristan Williams and has been named AP All-American Player of the Year. He's been instrumental in the Huskies' 31-3 record this year. The Houston Cougars have had an especially difficult time through the tournament, facing Duke and Marquette if they want to get to the Final Four, but experts say not to count the team out too early. Purdue's Zach Edey has been a star player so far, leading the Boilermakers to an incredible 29-4 record. Purdue is expected to have an easy path to the first rounds, with their first game be against a Grambling 16-seed team. The last #1 seed in the tournament is University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. RJ Davis has been a game changer for the team with a 43% field goal percentage. These teams are sure to shake up the tournament and provide a great challenge for any Cinderella team that wants to go far this year. Now on to Ethan with the East Region Sweet 16 teams.
This year, the East Region has great competition with some top teams. The teams left in this Sweet 16 include UConn, Iowa State, San Diego State, and Illinois. Teams that should make it past the Sweet 16 into the Elite Eight, I have UConn and Iowa State. I just like their ability to guard and score. Iowa State should have the win over an inconsistent Illinois team, though Illinois can get hot easy with Marcus Damasco leading their team. We saw them get hot and win the Big Ten championship. Let's see what's happening in the Southern region.
The South region has many teams that can make a Final Four run, like 1 seed Houston and 2 seed Marquette. Houston is projected to finish in the Final Four and maybe win the whole tournament on some people's brackets. They have the best defense in the country, and their last appearance was in the Final Four was in 2021 under Kelvin Sampson. What do you think about Houston, Ethan?
I like Houston this year. They're the best defensive team in the country. They have a great leader in Jamal Shed. He's averaging over 20 points a game, and he's a top 4 candidate for Player of the Year.
Other teams in the South include Duke and a very hot NC State team. All of these teams have potential to finish far in the tournament. South region is pretty loaded, but isn't the Midwest region stacked too, Ethan?
Oh yeah, the Midwest this year moves up north to Detroit. Tennessee, Purdue, Creighton, and Gonzaga are the 4 teams remaining. Tennessee is matched up with the Creighton Blue Jays out of Omaha, Nebraska. Creighton took down Akron in the first round and narrowly escaped the Oregon Ducks in double overtime in the second round. They have an explosive guard duo in Baylor Shireman and Trey Alexander. Shireman is putting up 18.4 points, and he leads the Big East with 9 rebounds and 3 blocks a game. Alexander averages 17.6 points a game. Explosive guard play is really important to success in March, but so is defense. And unfortunately for Creighton, their opponent happens to be the 3rd best defensive team in the country. Tennessee has been known as one of the best defensive teams every year since Rick Barnes came to Knoxville. Tennessee took down St. Peter's in the first round, and they narrowly escaped Texas in the second. The problem with Tennessee consistently in March has been their lack of scoring, but I think they have a great scorer this year in Dunk Connect, and I think they can get over that hump. The other game in this region is 1 seeded Purdue versus 5th seeded Gonzaga. Purdue, to me, looks like the scariest team in the tournament right now. Reigning National Player of the Year Zach Edey has been on a tear, and it looks like he's going to go back-to-back as Player of the Year. I have Tennessee downing Creighton and Purdue downing Gonzaga, and ultimately I have Purdue making it out of the Midwest region to the Final Four in Phoenix. Luke, what does the West region look like?
The top 4 teams in the West region are North Carolina, Arizona, Baylor, and Alabama. Potential Elite Eight matchup between UNC and Arizona. Caleb Love used to play for the UNC in their amazing run in the 2022 tournament, then transferred to Arizona. Potential upsets include Oregon over South Carolina. Oregon has a good squad of guards and should not have been an 11th seed. Oregon won, and Jermaine Coinsnar dropped 40 points on South Carolina. He used to go to South Carolina and then transferred in 2022. Max, can you tell us about some Cinderella stories this year?
For sure, Luke.
This year, there aren't many Cinderella stories in the 2024 Sweet 16, but all the top 8 teams made it to this round, which hasn't happened since 2019. The biggest underdog is NC State and an 11 seed, and even they had big wins over Duke and North Carolina to win the ACC tournament, as well as being on a 7-game win streak. The team that everyone at home was hoping to advance was the Oakland Golden Grizzlies from Auburn Hills, Michigan. After knocking out a 3-seeded University of Kentucky, Oakland unfortunately could not pull off the win against NC State in the second round, losing 79-73 in overtime. The Golden Grizzlies have a standout guard, Jack Golke, who reached a career-high 32 points in the win against the UK Wildcats. Golke thrives on not only shooting threes and was a key player for Oakland. With no clear underdog, the Sweet 16 will shape up to be a battle of really strong basketball schools, with the next game being Clemson versus Arizona on Thursday, March 28th at 7:39 p.m. Now we're going to see what the people on the street think with Gracie.
Over the past week, I asked several KCHS students and staff their opinion on who will win March Madness this year. This is what they had to say.
Let's go UConn.
UT, go Vols.
Michigan State.
UConn.
I think Tennessee's going all the way.
Arizona.
I'm going Tennessee, Michigan State.
This is March Madness. Tar Heels. Let's go.
I think Arizona's going to win.
Anyone but Michigan State.
UNC.
What? March Madness.
Like the basketball March Madness? I don't follow sports.
I have Auburn over NC State in one bracket, and I have Arizona over Tennessee in the other bracket.
This has been Gracie Guess with IMN News.
Staying on the topic of college sports, NCAA baseball is in full swing. So far, the SEC is dominating baseball with Arkansas ranked first, LSU ranked second, Texas A&M ranked 4th, and the UT Vols ranked 5th. The players to watch are J.J. Weatherholt from West Virginia, Nick Kurtz from Wake Forest, and Travis Bazana from Oregon. An underrated team is the Maryland Terrapins, and they are tearing up the Big Ten. As of now, they're still first in the Big Ten, but they still aren't ranked. Last year, they hosted the NCAA Regionals and have a great chance to do it again this year. From hitting home runs to hitting hole-in-ones, Luke, what's going on with golf this year?
Thank you, Max. The Masters tournament, held annually at Augusta National Golf Club since 1934, stands out as one of golf's most prestigious events. Founded by Bobby Jones and Clifford Roberts, the tournament originated from Jones's dream of building a championship golf course. Initially named the Augusta National Invitational Tournament, it later became known as the Masters Tournament in 1939. Since then, it has been a hallmark of golf history, attracting top players to compete for the coveted green jacket every April. The 2024 Masters will begin on Thursday, April 11th at Augusta National Golf Club. World number 1 Scotty Scheffler appears to be trending in the right direction after wins at the Arnold Palmer Invitational and the Players. Scheffler has already piled up 6 top 10 finishes during the 2024 PGA Tour season, and the 2022 Masters champion has collected all 8 of his PGA Tour wins over the last 25 months in high-profile events. He hopes to end up in the picture of the green jacket at the end of this tournament. Ari, can you tell us about some weather?
The weather today is supposed to be very nice. No clouds. The high is supposed to be 64 with the low being 48. The weather for Easter is also supposed to be nice weather with the high being 74 and the low being 54. No signs of rain, but all signs of Jesus. Take it away, Luke, to tell us more about Easter.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Ari. School is closed as we celebrate Easter each year. Our school celebrates Jesus' resurrection by participating in Lent and holding mass services. Easter happens on different dates each year, usually in springtime, and is a great time for fun traditions like hunting for Easter eggs and getting treats from the Easter Bunny. Ethan, can you tell us more about Easter?
Well, yeah, as Easter approaches, here are some exciting destinations you and your family can enjoy. For a fun experience, consider going to Narrowmore Farms or Riverview Family Farm. Both places will be hosting Easter egg hunts, games, and delicious food, welcoming visitors on Friday and Saturday. And for those looking to capture some cherished moments, the Easter Bunny will be making an appearance at Westtown Mall for photos. And of course, let's not forget the true meaning of Easter and attend church, as well as gather with loved ones to enjoy and celebrate this amazing day. That's all we have for today.
And if you enjoyed our show, follow us on our socials, and we hope you'll have a great Easter.
And as always, go Irish!